welcome to Mo's World, the baseball podcast. I have some background noise today, so hopefully it will not distract us too much. Damn landscapers are out there. Well, we're excited to bring you our latest episode.
Awesome!
Once again, your feedback is important to us. So, feel free, share your comments, let me know. I have a thick skin, come on. Now, in our 13th episode of Season 2, we're going to look into the young guns of baseball. Now, it seems like every team has a potential star to lock into, which is awesome. Let's take a look at each team's young star. So we're going to venture out a little bit and get out of your comfort zone of your local favorite team, and we're going to investigate a little bit what else is out there. So let's define this category. I'll consider a player to be a young star with under 3 years of Major League Baseball service under the age of 28. All right, let's get us started. The A's. And the A's, man, they have the young stars, right? All right, top of the list, we're going to start off with Tyler Soderstrom. He's a first baseman. He's 23, and he's already played about 117 games. Now, Soderstrom enters his age 23 season on the Major League Baseball roster, and he is currently one of the hottest hitters in the league, as the A's are hoping for some lightning in a bottle. Now, he's entrenched at first base, and this is his year to make an impact. And he's already started. He has 8 home runs and 17 RBIs already, and is among the league leaders in hits and average at .328. So he's that rare breed where he's making contact, hitting for average, getting on base, and he's got some power. This is the player to watch. All right, are the A's done? No, you've heard this name before. Mason Miller, their relief pitcher, is 26 years old, and he's been in 63 career games. Now, the A's have been anticipating the growth of Mason since drafting him in the 3rd round in 2021. He is slated to be the stopper in the A's bullpen this year, and he regularly throws over 100 miles an hour. He's been in 63 career games, so the A's are looking forward to his continued improvement and dominance. Here's another name from the A's, Lawrence Butler. Now, he's playing right field. He's 24 years old, and he's been in 178 career games. Drafted out of Westlake High School in the 6th round of the 2018 draft, I think Butler is ready to make his mark. So far, he's taking advantage of the opportunity, and he's hitting consistently to start the season. This is another reason why the A's could surprise people. With a starting lineup of Butler, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langoliers, Bidet, they're ready to shine. Keep your eye on this team as they have young stars ready. All right, moving out west, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, young star, but you know of him already. Corbin Carroll, right field, only 24 years old, and he's already been in 356 games. He's so young because he was drafted in the 1st round from Lakeside High School in Seattle in 2019. And we know Carroll's ready. I mean, after starring in his breakout season in 2023 at age 22, winning the Rookie of the Year award, he had a bit of a downturn in his sophomore season. But I think everyone is looking forward to him bouncing back and establish himself as a star for many seasons to come. Over in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves, well, they're looking at a star already. Spencer Schwellenbach, starting pitcher, 25, career games, 23. Now, the Braves acquired him from the Indians, and they're highly anticipating his second season on the roster. Known as the other Spencer, with Spencer Strider being out for Tommy John surgery, this Spencer has taken the opportunity to start and ran with it. Pitching 123 innings in his Major League Baseball debut last year, the Braves are looking at him as a steady, consistent contributor for this season. Another pitching rising star for the Atlanta Braves. Okay, the Braves aren't done. Michael Harris II, center field, age 24, career games 371. Yes. Another locally drafted from Stockbridge High School in the third round of the 2018 draft. The Braves are really looking forward to this established star already to continue to shine. Now, Harris made his debut in 2022, his age 21 season. Some injuries have slowed his growth, so the Braves are looking for him to establish himself as that player this year. And I definitely see a 2020 season in his future because he's for real. Now, here's another name we already touched on. Spencer Strider, starting pitcher, currently on the disabled list, or the injured list, I should say. His age 26 season, he's thrown in 67 games so far. Now, the Braves drafted Strider in the fourth round in 2020. He's only 26, and he's established himself as the next star pitching prospect, which was back in 2022 in his age 23 season. Strider did not disappoint in his 23 season. I mean, he went 20-5 with a 386, throwing 186 innings, and a league-leading 281 strikeouts. So he's recovering from Tommy John surgery. He's going to be making his 2025 debut in just a few days, and I know the Braves are looking forward to him impacting their staff. Okay, here's a player that, I don't know, I made the criteria, and I've got a few exceptions along the way, but Ronald Acuna Jr., right field, age 27, and he's fully established, right? Now, it's hard to believe that this is his 7th season in the majors, and he's experienced 2 ACL injuries, and the Braves are waiting for his return in early May. And just seeing these names is why, I say relax. The Braves are not done, even at a 6-13 start to start the season. They got some real talent coming back. Now, over in Baltimore, the Baltimore Orioles, talk about talent. This team is, they need starting pitching, and they're gonna figure out who they want to part with because they need to make a trade. They do. I mean, I think the perfect one would be over in Miami there, right? We all know who I'm talking about. And they have some good names to make a trade, I think. But getting back to the list, Gunnar Henderson, top of the charts, right? Shortstop, third baseman. He's 24. He's played in 347 games, and he's established himself in 2023 in his age 22 season as a star. He's one of the top shortstops in the majors, and the Orioles look forward to maintaining him and keeping him and growing. It's good to be an Oriole fan, especially after his breakout 2024 season of 37 home runs, 92 RBIs, while hitting .281 and playing a flawless shortstop. Gunnar Henderson, he's only 24. Adley Rutschman of the Orioles, catcher, age 27. He's played in 425 games, and wow, he established himself on his home run derby debut. Now, old school player, he's going to be on the Orioles as a star for years to come. And he's only 27. And the Orioles have many talented young stars, but are they ready to shine? I think Jackson Holliday, Jordan Westburg, Heston Kjerstad, they have some continued growing pains to deal with. But don't get me wrong, This team's loaded with talent. If Jordan Westberg gets the opportunity at third base, he's only 25. He's only played in 188 games. I think he's ready to explode. After getting an opportunity last year, showing a 264 average, 18 home runs, 63 RBIs, I think that's a lot of potential right there. Now, are the Orioles ready to commit to him and let him play? Hopefully, we can see what he can do over a full season this year. The Orioles, they're dangerous. They have a lot of talent. Hang in there, Oriole fans. Now, up in Boston, the Boston Red Sox. Where the hell did Christian Campbell come from? Holy shit. Age 22, he's already played in 425 games. Campbell seems to be a pop-up from nowhere. Drafted in the 4th round of the 2023 draft from Georgia Tech. He's making his rookie debut season and is already impacting his presence. What did I say? Career games 425? No, don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Now, I bet the Red Sox are glad they arranged the infield as it is now to accommodate Alex Bregman. Good choice. Let's watch him this year. Same thing with William Abreu, right field, only 25. He's played in 171 games. Now, I'm not sure if he's ready to be the star, but let's keep an eye on him because he's already enjoying his opportunity in the Red Sox lineup. And I think the Red Sox think very highly of. He's a nice player. Of course, we got to put Garrett Crochet on this list, starting pitcher that they acquired from the White Sox, only 26 years old. What a pickup. Now, every team has the desire to acquire a young arm that can be relied on to be a number one pitcher. The Red Sox pulled this trade off and locking him up as well. He should be a staple of consistency in the Red Sox rotation for many years. Up in the windy city of Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong, right fielder, age 23, played in 149 games. Now, he was the 19th pick in the 2020 draft by the Mets in round 1. And this year, we get to see if he can hit his way into the lineup. I still think he's a major work in progress. In 2024, he played in 123 games and got his feet wet. At 23, he is still a highly projected talent, and he's going to get many chances to shine. Let's see where this year stands with him. And the other team in Chicago, the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, they suck. They got nothing going for them. I guess you could say that Oscar Colas, the right fielder, age 25, he's born in Cuba, and I think he's trying to become the next Cuban star for the White Sox. He used up his rookie status last year at age 25, and I don't really imagine an impact this year. The White Sox are terrible, so they may give him more opportunities. We'll see. Now, moving on to Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Reds. How can you not mention Elly De La Cruz? He's on everything. He's even on game cartridge covers and everything from sporting magazines to GQ. I mean, he's 23. He's played in 274 games. I guess you could call him the face of Major League Baseball for the gaming side. He will hit his stride and start to be the player for the Reds. I hope that's true. He better learn how to make more contact, as his 218 strikeouts led the majors last year. His speed on the bases is totally exciting, but he's been inconsistent at the plate. Very frustrating. So he's entering his 3rd season with the Reds. Could this be his breakout year? Let's stay tuned. The Reds also have Hunter Green, starting pitcher, age 25. He's thrown in 76 games. I mean, it seems like he's been a Reds prospect for a while. He was the 1st-round draft pick in 2017 out of high school, and he made his Major League debut in 2022. With a career record of 20-26, and a nice 3.70 ERA, he has shown signs of dominance and disaster. So the Reds are hoping for an improvement across the board, especially in starts. He started 26 games last year. He's gotten off to a pretty good start this year. Let's keep our eyes on him. Now, also in Ohio, the Cleveland Guardians. I think the Guardians are looking at Kyle Manzardo, who's been playing first base and DH. He's only 24, and he's been in about 68 Major League Baseball games. After trading Josh Naylor in the offseason, I think it's pretty obvious the Guardians are ready to give him an opportunity. So let's see if the Guardians will get their replacement stats of Naylor they desire. Now, the Guardians also have Tanner Bibby, starting pitcher, age 25. He's been in 59 career games. He was the 5th round selection in the 2021 draft, and the Guardians are looking for him to be healthy and perform. Now, he didn't really disappoint in his sophomore season. He got 31 starts. It was 12-7 with a 3.47 ERA, and he threw about 173 innings. I think the Guardians are excited to see him improve on an everyday basis. The Colorado Rockies. Now, they've got Eskiel Tovar, the shortstop, age 23. He's already been established with 334 games. And if Tovar was playing anywhere else except Colorado, you would know who he is. He's already established at his rookie season in 2023, where he hit .269 with 26 homers, 78 RBIs, 45 freaking doubles. You know, he became the Rockies' best player while winning a Gold Glove. Now, the Detroit Tigers, they bring to the plate this year Jackson Jobe, right-hand pitcher, only age 22, and he's only thrown in 5 friggin' games. Yep, another pitcher throwing 99 plus. I think the Tigers are totally intrigued over this power right-hander. You know, he made a huge splash during the postseason last year, and the Tigers are going to use him in many situations this year. He was a first-round selection in 2021 draft right out of high school. Don't forget, we've also got Riley Green playing the outfield at age 25. He's been involved in 344 Major League games, and the addition of him sure didn't hurt the rise of the Tigers last year. They look for his growth and hoping that he improves on a .262 average with 24 home runs and a 74 RBI campaign. Now, we got here moving on. He is a young star. And Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop has played he's only 24. And he's established himself as the new George Brett of the Royals. He's there, the main man. So make sure you get a chance to always check out Bobby Witt Jr. Now, over in Dodgerland, everybody hates the Dodgers. And what do they got? Well, I guess their latest rookie is Rokai Sasaki, the starting pitcher that they hooked up this offseason. And we'll have to see. You know, the Dodgers got a packed lineup, and he joins the rotation with much anticipation. There's a few teams out there that unfortunately don't really have that young prospect that's ready for the next step. The Miami Marlins are one of them. I'm not really impressed with anything that they have. And, don't forget, over in Milwaukee, we've got Jackson Chourio. We've heard that name for so long, you kind of forget he's only 21 as well, but he's played 165 Major League games. And, don't forget how young he is. I mean, he played in 148 games with a .275 average, 21 home runs, 79 RBIs, 29 doubles, and 22 stolen bases. It's no wonder the Brewers locked him up to an 8-year extension worth $82 million. And that was before he made his debut. Well, he's starting off well, so keep your eyes on him. Now, I'm going to skip a few teams because, like I said, I don't think the Twins have much going on as well. Even the Mets don't have anybody. They have the infamous Juan Soto, and that's their still young star at age 26. You forget that he's only 26 and he's in his 8th year in the majors. Then you know what kind of contract he put up. But over in the Bronx, I guess you could say that this year the opportunity is there for Jason Dominguez. He's playing left field. He's only 22 years old. Now, he's played 40 games in the majors. He was signed back in 2021 at age 18. So he has been on the Yankees for a few years now. He makes his much-awaited debut as a starting, left fielder. And, the truth is he's going to have to hit to stay with them. Now, over in Pittsburgh, we've got Paul Skeens. Now, you know who Paul Skeens is, right? Age 25, he's played in 27 games, and what a start to a career. The moment the Pirates selected him with the first pick in the draft coming out of LSU in 2023, he has been a rocket. Making 23 starts in 2024, the Pirates already have seen Skeens establish himself as their best pitcher. Question is, who joins him as a star? The bigger question may be if the Pirates have any intentions of locking him up and hoping that he grows with them as a Pirate. This is why Pirate fans are pissed at ownership. They see him leaving ASAP, which would be a shame. Now, moving on, once again, the Cardinals, they got a few young prospects, but I don't see anybody ready for a career-defining moment. Tampa Bay Rays. Hey, what about Junior Caminero at third base? He's only 21 years old. He's only played 66 games. The Rays think that he has superstar potential. Could this be the year he shows it? The Rays are giving him major playing time this year, and so far he's been rewarding the Rays. He's hitting third in the everyday lineup and playing third base. Definitely someone to watch. Also, we've watched him already, but the Texas Rangers have Wyatt Langford, age 23. He's played 146 games. Now, the Rangers are stocked with veteran players at most positions. But since his debut in 2024, Langford is beginning to make his mark in this lineup. The only bad thing is they are so stocked that he doesn't get the opportunity to play. Now, watch him, and let's see if he gets any time ahead of Adolis Garcia, who pretty much is being the regular right fielder. Now, moving on. Just another FYI. Vladimir Guerrero. You recognize that name? First base, only 26. Yes, he's only 26 years old, and he's played 837 games. The Blue Jays now look to Guerrero to be their leader after locking him up to a $500 million contract. He is their young star. Even though he's entering the 7th season, I really do not see anyone else knocking on that star door. I think the Blue Jays are pretty thankful they retained him. So he's an exception to my rules by putting him on the list. It's my rules anyway, so what the fuck? Now, the Washington Nationals, they got James Wood, right field, age 22. He's been in 96 games. He's only 22, and he is that star in waiting. So we'll put out kind of a lookout to see what they're doing. Same thing with Dylan Cruz. He's only 23. Another potential young star for the Nationals. He's drafted out of LSU in 2022. And I think the Nats are ready to see what he can do on a steady basis. So I'm not sure if the young stars are getting more opportunities to shine these days, but it does appear that most teams expect their highly drafted picks to make an impact when given that opportunity. Now, most teams, let's just say the Rockies, can afford to bleed a little bit with a young player. But the Yankees, they subscribe to the up and down theory between the majors and the minors. These may be a few new names for you to follow. Let's try adopting a player to follow this year away from your own team. for the fun of it. Now, I'm going to follow the year of Tyler Soderstrom of the A's. He can hit, and he looks ready. You know, like I said earlier, with Rooker, Butler, Soderstrom, they should give the pitching staff of opponents some fits this year. So you got to root for the A's, right? I mean, they don't even have a home. I just want them to make the playoffs. Well, that kind of wraps up our podcast for today. Thank you for joining us for the 13th episode of Season 2 of Mo's World, the baseball podcast. Our regular schedule for new episodes is every Friday, with each episode lasting approximately 20 minutes. A little long today, but we had a lot to cover. Now, we appreciate your support and encourage you once again to share the podcast with your friends. Our next episode will be released on Friday, April 25, and we look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, ask yourself, whose world is it? It's Mo's World.